Hi friends, it's our first technical drawing class, and I think the first question everybody asks is, why do we need to learn how to do technical drawing? And the simple answer is, if you have an idea and you want to tell it to somebody else, like I have this great idea that I want to build, and they're going to say, well, what's your great idea? And if you just start to tell them about it, then maybe there might be some misunderstanding. But if you can show them a good drawing of it, then they can say, oh, I totally understand what you want to make, and I'll help you. So it's a way to make your ideas clear. I think the first step in being able to draw technically is to understand parallel lines. Parallel lines are two lines that are next to each other that never touch. They would never touch until they go off into infinity. Even if a line is slightly angled, they will eventually touch, but parallel lines will never touch. So our first step today is learning how to draw parallel lines. All you need for this is paper, some sharp pencils, and a ruler. All right, let's get started. The first step to drawing parallel lines is to start with a straight line. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to hold it with a few fingers so it doesn't rock. If you just hold it with one finger and you're using your pencil in your drawing, you know it can move. If you put a couple fingers close together, same thing. We don't want our ruler to move. So I'm going to hold it down with 3 or 4 fingers that are spread out. I'm going to take my nice sharp pencil and I'm going to draw a single line. That's all. Parallel lines start with one single line. The tricky part now is to use your eyes. Your eyes won't lie to you. You might lie to yourself, but your eyes won't lie to you. You'll know, and you have to take your time and do this slowly. It's like, okay, that is definitely not parallel. This side is much wider than that side, so I'm going to very carefully line it up and draw another parallel line. It takes some practice. If you rush, you definitely won't get it. So I'm just going to keep going here. It's not enough to just draw one line and say, hey, I know how to draw parallel lines. You need to practice and practice. And I have to say that if you send me your work and it's not parallel lines, I might ask you to do it again, to take your time and practice. Another thing I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to evenly space my lines. And again, I'm just guessing. I'm not actually measuring. But you could see that if I put a line here, it would be much too close. And it wouldn't be equidistant. So I'm going to move it out a little bit and keep going. Okay, so those all look pretty good. What I'm going to do now is turn my page, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to have these lines cross, not at a 90-degree angle, but some other angle. I'm going to keep going. Now here's something. Obviously, I have to go this way when I'm drawing the parallel lines. I can't push, because then I can't see where my other line is. So I need to come down. Another thing I'd like you to try doing is drawing your lines as lightly as possible. There's a couple of reasons for that. The first is, if you make a mistake, it's much easier to erase a light line. The other thing is, even if you don't make a mistake, you still might want to clean it up at some point. So practice drawing your lines as light as possible. I'm drawing my lines pretty dark here so you can see it on the camera. If I drew my lines very lightly, like this, I don't know if that shows up on the camera at all, so I'll draw one more. Okay, so now we're getting something going here. I'm going to practice one more time. See what kind of design emerges just from drawing parallel line practice here. So I'd like you to try this. Please take your time. Remember the things I'm looking for. Try to make your lines parallel to each other and try to make them equidistant from each other, okay? And it just takes a little bit of practice. Please write your name on here and submit it to me. Thank you very much.